Hey everybody, I am going to do a quick VR for Stuke's Baseball Cards and Curiosities. What he is asking us to do is to talk about a time where you met a celebrity or an athlete. And as an autograph collector, I've flat out met a ton of them. Some of them are nice, some of them not so much. Some of them may or may not have been intoxicated. Some of them are rude. Some of them wouldn't talk to anybody. Some of them, when I used to take my wife, she really, liked to see if she could make the rookies blush. I got stories. I got stories for days about these people. And like I said, some good, some bad, some funny. And I think I really wanted to narrow it down to just one. And there's one that holds a special place in my heart. This is Bill Glass, right here. Bill Glass went to college at Baylor, where he was a defensive guard, All-American in 1956. After he played 3 years at Baylor, he went into the CFL for 1 year, and then went and played for the Lions from 58 to 61, then the Browns from 62 to 68. You're like, well, other than this guy's a Texan, and I like Texas, and he went to a Texas school, why do you have such an attachment to Bill Glass? I mean, you're not even wearing the same jersey number. I got these signed in 2010. And at the time, this is where he did his inscription at 85 College Football Hall of Fame. At the time, I was trying to start, or I had started a little company called Players Giving Back, where I was getting autographs and selling them and giving the money to charities. I was doing the autographs because I enjoyed it, and I thought, man, how can I do this, do something I like, and be able to give back? And Bill was the first athlete that worked directly with me. And I met him at his office in, I think it was Waxahachie, or was it Longview? No, I don't know. It took me a minute to get there. I don't remember exactly where the office was. We sat down, we chatted a while. I was super nervous because I'd never been in that environment. I've always just been at a public signing at a table and just getting autographs that way. You know, just some small talk, but nothing, not really sitting down face to face and chatting. And he was so nice. So Bill, one of his on-field accomplishments was in 1964 when they won the championship. That was pre-Super Bowl, and he was playing with Jim Brown at the time, but he was a defensive guy. He went to 4 Pro Bowls, and in 2007 he was named a Cleveland Browns legend. And like I said, he got into the College Football Hall of Fame. But what a lot of people didn't realize is that in the off season he was going to seminary, and he was working, and I guess under the tutelage of Billy Graham, and Billy really encouraged him to start his own ministries. And so he did. He started the Bill Glass Ministries, and he did that way back in the 60s. But when I met him in 2010, that may have been going on, but what I knew was he was working with inmates at prisons all over the U.S. and preaching the gospel. And he called that Champions for Life, where he would go and he would bring other athletes, and maybe not, they weren't all athletes, but I know they did, but just other people to sit and try to spiritually help some of these people make different decisions. I just thought he was the nicest man. So I know you're looking at all these autographs, you're like, Justin, he signed all these for you. Well, I had a hard time selling some of them. I did sell a bunch of them, and I've cut them with the checks, and when I sell these, and I need to get back on the ball and try to get these sold, I'll cut in the checks for those too. So even though he's not still there, the ministry's still going, which is awesome. But he he was just so nice. And he took a chance on a kid whose only promise was, hey, I promise when I sell these, I'm going to give you the money for them. Just my word. I mean, I didn't have a contract or anything. I was just a kid. And I was just trying to figure out how to do it. And I actually gave him some photos too. Like, he liked this one a lot. And so I was figuring out how to get approval for copyrights for using photos, how to get photos, how to figure out how to do my taxes and all that good stuff. I was just figuring it out. And he was the first and really the last one to really sit down and have faith in me. And we talked about Christ, and we talked about football, and really, I mean, that's two pretty good things right there. But so out of all the athletes I've met, this is one of the only ones I've ever sat down with. I've sat down with some other ones. I've had a beer with some. I've met a ton at shows and in public, and I grew up in Dallas. I still live in the Dallas area, and I was lucky that we have every major sports team because we have one of the largest airports in the world. It seems like everything comes through this area. So big shows and anything you can think of, you can get here. So I know a lot of people have never been to Dallas, think it's a cow town, or it's like the old TV show. It is nothing like that. So it is a major metropolitan area. It reminds me more of Los Angeles than anything else, with the traffic, and it's just one giant city. So all the Dallas plus all the suburbs, it's just, unless you know what you're doing, it's a giant place. But that's not the tangent I want to get on. I really want to take a moment to do a fun VR. Remember a very nice man. He died in 2021. He was 86. And when I sat down with him in 2010, he had already had a bunch of ailments. But he was bouncing back from it, and he had a lot of really good people around him. And rest in peace, Bill. This was fun, Stooks. And if you haven't checked him out yet, you should. Just fun vintage baseball cards. Nice guy, interesting stories. He's got really cool cards, actually. Makes me jealous because I have no vintage at all, but it's really fun to see his stuff. And I love this community, and I really love any opportunity I can to shout out somebody great. And this opportunity gave me a chance to not only shout out Stooks, but also to remember a really good human. So thanks for listening, and talk to you later. Bye.